name is Rendon, and I'm going to be showing you how to read piano sheet music and apply it to the piano. When you look at the piano and you look at the sheet music, the first thing you're going to see is you're going to see the clefs. Now these are clefs, the two different sections of where the notes are. This is the treble clef, which is everything from middle C right here all the way down to the very end right here. It's usually going to be played with your right hand, but that's not always necessarily true because sometimes some songs have both hands over here playing and they're both marked with the treble clef. But you just know that your left is on your left, so it's going to be a little deeper than the other. Now, then there's the bass clef. The bass clef is represented with this sign right here. It's everything from C all the way over to the other side, way over there. Now, the treble clef is marked with these letters. For every line, it's "Every good boy does fine," the 5 lines, respectively. And then FACE for the spaces in between. Now, an acronym to remember those is from the bottom going up, "Every good boy does fine." I obviously did not make that up because it's too corny for me to have made it up. And then the spaces are FACE, which just spell out face, so that's pretty easy to remember, I guess you could say. Now, the bass clef is a little different. Their notes are not in the same order, which is pretty frustrating for somebody who's trying to read them. But they go G, B, D, F, A up the lines, which the acronym for that is Great Big Dogs Fight Animals. And then in the space, it's ACEG, which stands for All Cows Eat Grass. Now, it's pretty ridiculous, I know, but you can tell how long people have been playing piano if these are their acronyms. I don't know if you got a good look, but there's the treble and there's the bass. Okay. Now, each part of the piano is broken down into different sections. Now, here's middle C right here. From that C to this C is called an octave. It's all the key, it's basically all the notes on the piano in one section, except it's just in one pitch. So whereas this is C, this right here is also C, and so is this. They're just the exact same note, just a different pitch of higher or lower tone. Now, the way these correspond to this is like this. You got the octave starts here at middle C. Middle C is C that's underneath the name of your piano. So you got C, D, E, F, G, and then it restarts over at A, B. So it's the letters of the alphabet in order. So A through G. It's harder than you think, harder than I'm explaining it, believe me. Now, each part of the music is broken down into time frames. See, this song right here, which is Matchbox 20 or Bright Lights by Matchbox 20, it's broken down into a 4x4 time frame, which what that means is each part of the treble clef is broken down into 4 sections, and within each of those sections there are 4 beats. So the entire line will be worth 16 beats. Now, a quarter note is going to take up 1 beat. A half note is going to take up 2, and a whole note is going to take up 4. So whenever you're playing and you see a quarter note, like this is a quarter note that's on D, when you see that, you play for 1. You just count to 1. Now, a half note of D is 2, so it's 1, 2. And then a whole note is 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're just different amounts of time. Now, whenever you're playing, you're going to run into stuff that doesn't just look like this. It's not just going to be 1, 2, 3, all together and stuff. Whenever you start putting ties in between notes and stuff, you'll get different sorts of notes, like an 8th note or a 16th note, or all kinds of stuff. But if I were to go into that, this speech would be unbearably long, and I'd get a bad grade because you wouldn't want to listen to the whole thing, believe me. So I'm going to try to save myself and save you the time. Now, other things though, there are chords. Now a chord is 2 or more notes put together. This right here is the first chord to that song that I was telling you just a second ago. It's an E chord. Now an E chord looks like this. It's E, G, and B all put together. So just like notes though, chords are in different pitches too, all the way down the piano, all that stuff. Now there are all sorts of chords. There's a C chord, G chord, D chord. Basically every note on the piano has its own chord. And it's just 3 notes all put together. There's different ways of getting those different chords, and there's ways of flipping those chords. But if we do a round 2 of this speech, I'll show you more about that. But considering we have a 5-minute time frame, I'm not going to go there. But that's about it. That's pretty much everything that I was going to tell you about reading piano sheet music. If you want round 2 and a more advanced speaking of it, then let me know. But thank you for your time today, and you have a good day.